This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
And welcome back. Even though summer is winding down, we are still heading to the pool to keep cool. And here's something we've all done while swimming: open our eyes underwater. Well, you could actually be doing some serious damage to your eyes when you do it. So we have Dr. Ronald Brand with International Eye Care here this morning to tell us how to protect our eyes from chlorine. How are you doing today?
Great, Ella. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming back on. So my first question is, what does chlorine do to your eyes?
Well, the pool water affects you in three ways. First of all, the chlorine itself, our eyes, our tears are a little bit on the acidic side of neutral, and the chlorine's a little on the basic side, kind of like soap. So most of that irritation is just equivalent to getting soap in your eyes, soapy water, which is irritating but not harmful particularly. And then secondly, if the chlorine is well balanced, the pool water is in good shape, then it is doing a good job at disinfecting, but that produces some byproducts, which the byproducts themselves are a little irritating. That can be in the water and in the air above the water, so the ventilation is important for the indoor pools. And then the third thing is, if there's too many swimmers and the chlorine's not keeping up, then the actual toxins that the chlorine's supposed to be neutralizing are there, and that's even more harmful. Bacteria and such is where the infections come from. So most people get out of the pool, their eyes are irritated, but not really infected.
Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about short-term and long-term effects when it comes to, opening your eyes underwater or just, constantly swimming all summer long. What does it do to your eye?
Well, it's a matter of degree, of course, and people that swim every day in the chlorine water are going to have more irritation in their eyes, and people that are not in it that as long are going to have less problems. And long term, it's really not damaging to the eyes, but you really do want to protect them from being irritated if you can. And most people that swim all the time, really, like the swim teams and such, are encouraged to wear goggles. And I brought one here to show you. These are mine. These are what I wear, and you can get them dark for if you're in and out. If you do wear a prescription and need to see, they make pre-made goggles in most prescriptions.
I thought was really interesting. I did not realize they do that, because I know I wear glasses and contacts, and I used to open my eyes underwater when I was younger, when I didn't have contacts. And now that I do wear my contacts, I don't open them because I'm always afraid they're going to fall out. So that's really nice to know that you can get prescripted goggles. So what should you do if you do get chlorine in your eye and it gets irritated? Because I know sometimes when I was younger, if I looked underwater a lot, I'd get blurred vision or obviously the redness in your eye. So what are some things to kind of help that?
Yeah, well, that's the irritation, and that's why you should take a shower afterwards. And then any of the over-the-counter lubricants are fine for refreshing your eyes and rinsing away any of the irritants that are in there. That and just time. And for contact lens wearers, no matter what kind of contact lens you normally wear, if you're not going to wear the goggles and you're going to wear the contacts in the water, I recommend these daily disposable lenses.
Which is awesome.
These are available to be worn one time and thrown away. They're about $1 a day when you do that, which is pretty reasonable if you're not doing it every day. And in some cases, that's their primary correction. But the pool water does get in the contact lens, so you kind of have to throw it away once it gets in there. And then we didn't really talk about the lakes, but everything's just way worse in the lakes than they are in the pools. So everything that we've talked about with the pool would apply to those too.
So what you recommend is, if you aren't wearing any eye protection like goggles, just try not to open your eyes underwater. And then are there specific types of eye drops that you recommend to kind of flush out anything if you do get chlorine or any other particles in your eye after swimming? Or is there any generic?
Well, I'm not a big fan of the generics because I feel like their preservatives are really pretty harsh.
Okay.
And it's older technology. The newer stuff, all the branded products have up-to-date preservatives that are much gentler. And for people that are really sensitive to the preservatives, you can get preservative-free drops that are in little tiny vials. And so those are really the best. Other than that, they vary by how thick they are. So if you can tolerate a thicker drop, it will last longer. And then if you don't like the thick ones, they all make thinner ones that you just put in and they rinse right away. And I think for most of the viewers, that's probably what they would use, the thinner drops.
All right. Well, this is all great information. Thank you so much, Dr. Brand. And what we'll do is we'll post all of this on our website at heartlandconnection.com, as well as Dr. Brand's information with International Eye Care, and we'll be right back.